Hello, and we're going to carry on with our Ephesians series today, but now we're starting a craft series. So what we make today is going to be the basis for the next 6 crafts. Now, in Mark today in Ephesians, they talk about the character of Jesus. In Mark, we look at the very start of the feeding the 5,000 story, before the 5,000 get fed. And at the end of our first reading today, it says, when Jesus landed, he saw a large crowd. He had compassion on them because they were like sheep without a shepherd. So he began teaching them many things. So it talks about Jesus being a shepherd in our Mark reading. Then in our Ephesians reading, it says that we are built on the foundation of the apostles and prophets, with Jesus Christ himself as the chief cornerstone. Now the cornerstone is the most important part of the foundation of any building, on which it stays stable and secure. It's another thing, another way that we describe Jesus, and we're looking at describing Jesus over the next 6 weeks. So this is how we're going to do it with our craft. Beth, can you read step 1?
Write Jesus is on each cube side. Add double-sided tape to each tab.
So we should have 6 of these. Let me check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And my first job is to write Jesus is on each one. Now I'm writing it, Beth. You look below this foldy bit. Or you could write it on this side. It doesn't matter, but you need to not write on this fold.
Is that because the fold will be used?
The fold will disappear
Here.
inside of the craft, so you won't see it. So here we go. There's my first one.
You're doing them in different colours?
I'm doing them in different colours because I want to. You don't have to. I'm doing mine quite big. I wouldn't write Jesus is any bigger than I'm writing it, because you're going to put a craft underneath it.
Oh, so they're going to be 6 crafts?
They're going to be 6 crafts that are all going to attach to this cube. So you're going to have a cube that describes Jesus by the end of this series. Okay.
Mine is
Two more.
slightly hyper-flying in our kitchen currently.
It's the summer and these things happen. Here we go. 2 more to write. 1 more now. All of them in a different colour because I like that, but you could use the same colour or your favourite 2 colours. Doesn't really matter, it could be in pen or pencil or even crayon. Here we go. So I've done that. So my next job is to get my double-sided tape, and I need...
Are you using the whole, are you covering the whole?
So I'm covering most of the tab.
Okay.
It doesn't need to be exactly all of it, but most of it's probably a good idea. So before I put so I'm measuring each one. Now I'm ripping mine, but you could use scissors to cut. And look, I'm folding the edge of each corner of each piece to make it easier to rip off. So that's the first one. So I'm going to be able to get these corners and peel my double-sided tape off much easier because I folded them over before. This one's number 2. Three. 4.
5, is it?
No, this is 4.
Trying to keep count.
Right, it's tricky sometimes.
So, bit of geometry here.
Something like this. We're going to make a kind of net in pieces. So instead of having one big net that all folds together.
Are we going to fold it into a cube this week or
It's
not?
going to be a cube. Yes, that's our step 2, Beth. So I'm on my 5th one now. There you go. See all these different ways we'll be able to describe Jesus by the end of this sermon series using our special cube, which we're building today. Right, one more. Just the last one. There we go. So that's step 1 done. Beth, would you like to read step 2?
Piece by piece, peel off the covers on the double-sided tape and stick the cube together.
So here we go. This is my first
Oh,
one.
this is the satisfying bit.
I'm going to peel that off, and then I'm going to take another cube's edge, and I'm going to really carefully fold this back and line up that to the inside of another one of my pieces.
To line up
So here we go. There's one done, and then I'm going to get another one. Now it doesn't matter which way round your Jesus is.
All are.
It doesn't matter
There isn't
at
like
all.
a first and a last, it's just random.
No, and it doesn't matter if they're at the top or the bottom.
Oh,
They
this
don't all
reminds me
need
of
to be the
times
same.
we're making nets.
There we go.
I wish A-level maths was that easy.
It's a little bit like that, to be fair, but yes, this is probably easier than A-level maths. So at the first, can you see I'm kind of making
You're going to make kind of a cross
a
shape.
cross shape to start with.
And then you'll unpeel everything else and fold it all together, I think.
Yes, and I'll unpeel everything else and fold it all together. And make sure that each time you're sticking on the back of the Jesuses. So here you can see there's no Jesuses, they're all on the other side. And that's what I'm just making sure I do. I didn't need to peel that one off yet, but I'll stick that so it'll survive. Right, so far we've got a cross kind of shape now.
Yeah.
And
So
I'm
we've got
going
like
to...
a Pharmacy X, currently.
Yes, and I'm going to use this shape to start with, and then I'll put the last one on. So now I've got this X shape. I'm peeling off these
Last
side ones.
times tape.
Not quite the last ones, because the last one's going to be in the next bit. And I'm going to fold that over and just push this up. So you can now really see the cube coming together. I'm going to fold that, look, and just push it together. It doesn't need to be perfectly lined, but the closer it's lined up, the better. And then I'm going to see if I can be flashy and do this in one go. Let's see. There we go. And then finally, I've got, so it's looking good so far. I'm going to take these last bits off now. 1, 2, 3, 4. So these are all of the sides of the double-sided tape sticky now.
No.
And I'm going to stick carefully that one in there.
Don't get hair on your nails, hair on your fingers on double-sided tape. It's not a pleasant experience.
There we go, and then tuck this in. Can you see, Beth? I'm just tucking this in really carefully, and then pushing those last sides down. So here we go. Here's our Jesus is cube, which we're going to use over the next 6 weeks to help us describe Jesus.